make a bit more room. More of these beautiful cosmos. Mulched and hydrated. Welcome back to my gardens here in Perth, Australia. We have a big job on our hands today. We have to do a lot of harvesting. So I've got broccolis, cabbages, all sorts of winter veg that needs to be picked because we're getting a lot more warmer days and some of them are starting to go to flower and to seed. So I want to get in there and pick as much as I can. I don't normally do big harvests like that because I like to just eat fresh every day. I come out here and I pick food for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and that way it stays fresh and doesn't get wasted. But the sun has been shining, which has been amazing, and I really do have to get these because I've left them too late already. Things are starting to go to flower, so we need to get them out, get them harvested, and then start planting our spring and summer crops. So let's get started. So we've got lots of these beautiful purple broccolis. The bees are starting to wake up. See, this one has already started going to flower, so I may even just leave this one to go to seed. Look at all these lettuces. You can't even tell, but I actually have been coming out here every day and just breaking off the side leaves and harvesting these for like breakfast, lunch and dinner. There's so much in here. So that's all my self-seeded lettuce. The radishes, we're going to harvest a bunch of these because they are starting to go to seed as well. These are some of the older ones, but you can eat the flowers and the radish pods. Another beautiful purple broccoli, cabbage, lots of kale, more stuff coming along. I love how the lettuce just fills in all the gaps. That's how I like to do it. I just sprinkle it in, unless it's self-seeded, which this one did, everywhere. Look at this beauty. We're going to be picking this because it definitely needs to be harvested. In amongst self-seeded tomatoes, flowers, and lots more lettuce. All right, so we've got a cabbage here that needs to be harvested. This is the second cabbage. I've already harvested one and eaten the whole thing. I have never been this successful with cabbages, ever. Little slugs. Get out of there. So we'll have a chat at the end about why I think these cabbages have been so successful this year and why my garden, I think, has been doing so well. This is probably my best harvest yet from a winter garden, and I'm super excited about getting stuck in and planting some more for the next season. And I'm picking it with all these leaves because these leaves are delicious and edible as well. So just chop them up and use them just like I would chard. Nothing goes to waste. Any of the older leaves, like that are bug bitten, I am just chucking under the banana tree. You can see my little collection here, just extra food for the banana. Oh, I don't know what to pick next. There's so many purple broccolis I need to harvest. Look, I've got a little poppy coming up here. I don't even know if I'm going to fit all of this into my basket. No. And now by harvesting these, I'm letting light into all the other things that were down here. So I can already see like beetroots, there's lots of lettuces, and probably other seeds that will start popping up now that they have been given more light. I also give leaves to my feed jar or any other plants. I hope my neighbours like purple broccoli. Because they're definitely going to be getting some. Oh, there's another one in there. Yep, I have to do it. So there's a lot of radishes in this garden bed that are already going to seed. And I can see more baby cabbages hidden under here as well. So I might just pull a few of those out and make some room. Oh look, we've got a black Spanish radish. This will be sort of hybrid because I saved these seeds. What else can we find in here? So dense. Make a bit more room. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at that. I definitely needed to harvest these a bit sooner, but you know, we'll roast these up. Oh, so many radishes on this side. Another little black one. It's a nice fresh eating radish size. Soil's pretty dry. We've had a few really warm days, so no wonder things are starting to go to flower and to seed. It's a little dry in there, but there is more rain forecast, so that is not to worry. I really can't believe I filled up this basket already. What do I do with this? need some more room. So now we have my monster Romanesco that I grew. This is from last season. I let it continue to grow on one big main stem, and we got so many different heads off it. They just keep coming. Look, they're all starting to go to flower now because I couldn't keep up with this heat. So we'll probably harvest all of these now. I might even let this one go to seed still because it's already well on its way. And I can save more seeds. So my nashi pear here is getting all shaded out and I need to make room for that. Let's see. Look at that. It's like basically one plant, but it was all joined with all the others. Snails have been living in this. Oh, it's a big one. Houston, we have a problem. There is no way I'm going to fit this all in. Oh, look at that. Can I lift it? We still have more cabbages to pick. Wild. So I'm going to let this one go to flower and seed again. I'm just cutting back all of the leaves to let the light in. Because underneath here there is kale, beetroot, I don't know what that is, all sorts of random stuff. If I had ducks or chickens, that would be ideal. So I'll show you, this is the main stem down here where I grew one Romanesco last winter and then I let it go to flower and seed and it branched off into all different ones that we just harvested. And still lots of like little sprouting ones coming through that I can just harvest and use. That's wild. So is this. Look at this. So we harvested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've already been eating some of these. Plus, there's that big one and all these other little ones from one plant last year. So this big radish here is already starting to flower. So I'm going to leave that one, leave that one, and we can let that one go to seed. Let's pick this one. Oh my God. Look at that. That is so fun. Is that 3? No, it's 2. We might finally get something growing up the arbour with these sweet peas. And my new little addition, this little birdhouse that my friend gave, or this little bee house that my friend gave me. This little sign flips over. Lots more radishes in here, and the lettuce that you can see I've just been picking bits and pieces off. So let's get these. So this one's gone to flower, so we'll leave that, but we will grab this one. This cabbage is going to go to flower, so this is what my cabbages normally look like. I never get cabbages. We still have this cabbage that I need to pick, and I feel like you can't even tell where I've been. There. It's still full of food. Any more radishes I can pick? Maybe this one. That's a weird one. This is definitely a hybrid cross. My black radish and my red radishes. You can see it's sort of red and then got that black Spanish look to it as well. My favourite herb in the garden, the pineapple sage. We've been harvesting so much of this and just pinching the top out. I add this to salads, sandwiches, like everything, just part of my lettuce greens, and it's got a beautiful sweet like pineapple flavour. Lots of chard. And the lettuce, again, I just come out and like harvest off the sides of the lettuce rather than harvesting the whole thing. And clean up this a bit. Can't even tell. More food. More compost. And in here, now there's light for this one to come through after harvesting this. Other little babies that didn't make it in time, these probably won't do so well now that we're getting into the warmer season. But some beetroots that can now come up. Look at my monster radishes that I let go to seed. Those are like huge, but they've got beautiful pink flowers for the bees. You can also eat these, obviously. And I can collect seeds and also just let them go to seed in my garden, which is the laziest way that I save seeds, but it works. Oh, that's a beautiful cabbage. Snails. Listen to that sound. Oh, I can't believe I grew these amazing cabbages. So now you can see under here there's some beetroots that can have light now. Lettuces, there's carrot seeds, if I can get rid of these snails. Some carrot seeds and flowers, and who knows, there'll be more seeds probably in here now that they have light they can pop up. That was an old chilli. I can see more radish seeds in there. And some of my summer crops that I've let the seeds go into the soil will start popping up, like tomatoes. I grew tomatoes here, so there will be for sure more tomatoes popping up. There's already some well on their way that I didn't plant. Oh, New Zealand spinach, we don't really want that in the garden bed. Snail. So I'm not going to harvest any of the lettuce because I just harvest it as I need it, and same with the rainbow chard and stuff like that. I just harvest it as I need it, and the herbs, but we've let a little bit of light in here so other things can start growing. I can't believe how much food I've been able to harvest out of these just 4 raised garden beds. So you don't need a huge amount of space, and mixing in a bunch of perennials into this garden bed has also helped me. So I've got my chili in here, so it's already up and starting to produce little chilies, and that's grown from last year very slowly over winter, but it was protected by all of my other leafy greens and my broccolis. So now this can take off, it can get some sunshine and be up and away. Also, my cosmos that I planted in here, they are looking so beautiful. I'm definitely saving the seeds from those and planting a lot more flowers in the garden. It's always a surprise, always a mystery what's in my garden, because I do seed fairy, sprinkle them everywhere, and it's the, survival of the fittest. And I'm able to do that because I save a lot of seeds from my garden. So you would have seen me letting the Romanesco go to seed, letting the radishes go to seed. I always let lettuce go to seed in the garden. I not only save the seeds so that I can sprinkle them everywhere and not worry about the cost of the seeds, because I have so many, but also I just let them go to seed in the garden beds themselves, and they just pop up and regrow whenever the time is right. And it can be a really good idea to take a look at what is popping up in the garden, and that can often tell you when the right time to plant things is. Like my tomato seeds are starting to pop up from burying tomatoes last year, so I know that it is, probably a good time to start sowing tomato seeds because they're naturally growing in my climate at the moment. I'm just going to cover these last little ones up so that they can keep cool from the sunlight coming in, and hopefully stop them going to flower so quickly. Look at this. You can hardly even tell. So I'm leaving the roots in the ground. I'm going to break this off lower down, and just leave the roots in the ground to break down, rather than if I was to pull that out, it would probably disrupt all of this here. And just by cutting it down at the ground, I'm not going to rip up half my lettuce, and I'm also going to leave roots in the ground so that they can break down and feed the soil. Oh, look at this beautiful lettuce. More of these beautiful cosmos. They add so much colour to the garden, and also the bees love them. Food for the banana. And that's also going to help keep it nice and mulched and hydrated. Grow, baby, grow. I think the reason that I was so successful in cabbages this year compared to other years is I grew these mini cabbages. So they don't take as long to get to form and be ready. And because we get such like short warm winters here, I think this is the way to go, and the reason that I have had way more success with my mini cabbages this year. Look at them. Some of them have got like twice as big as this, but I have been harvesting them when they're little like this too. Just much easier to eat for 1 or 2 people. Not a bad start to the morning, that's for sure. Oh, we lost a cabbage. There's more purple broccolis hidden under here as well, so it's just wild. There, under there's another one. And I do have a video all on how I plant out my raised garden beds, so you can see that. It's only a few videos back. It hasn't been that long since I planted these, and now we're already harvesting and picking them and going to be sharing like most of this, because I'm not going to be able to eat this all myself. And now I have some space to go in and sprinkle lots more seeds, which is exciting. And just all of these from my 4 raised beds, and they're still chock-a-block full. You can hardly even tell where I've been, and I'm going to start putting seeds straight back in. So my gardens hardly ever empty. I'm always constantly just popping seeds in, popping mulch in, and growing a whole lot of fresh food. And if you want to see more from my garden, check out my playlists and watch other videos from other parts of my garden, or visit my website where I have blogs, articles and recipes. And next time we're going to be planting a whole lot of seeds.